I want to walk through the 5 R's with you right now. And I asked this question. I said, how many of you guys love to be still? Crickets. There's no entrepreneur that loves to be still. Why? I woke up this morning at 3 and some change. It wasn't even quite 3:30 yet. But when my alarm clock goes off and my feet hit the floor, 100 miles an hour. Rest and relax, two totally different things. You can relax while you're resting, but relaxing really has to do with your mind. I don't know about you, my mind never slows down. How many of you guys write your goals down at least twice a day? How are you improving your SOPs? How are you improving your systems? How are you improving your team? Hey guys, welcome to another episode of As the Leader Grows. I am your host, Ken Joslin. Super stoked to be with you guys today. I want to share for the next few minutes about what I believe is a system that if you implement this system will create the greatest opportunity you could have to thrive Monday through Saturday. Now, some of you guys may have seen this before. Some of you guys may have seen these 5 R's that I want to talk to you about. Some of you guys may be familiar with my GSD planner that I created, which is my system for being able to, what I would say, squeeze every ounce of potential out of every single day. And I do believe that Sunday is the most important day of the week. Let me say that again. I believe that Sunday is the most important day of the week. Not only for people of faith like myself, is it what we would call the Sabbath, where we rest, we don't do anything that has to do with what we do to earn a living or what we do for a vocation, whatever makes us money. We say, God, we're going to take 24 hours, we're going to give that day to you. And so I created this a few years ago, and I really believe this is and can be a game changer for you and for your life. So I want to walk through the 5 R's with you right now. Number 1, and I'll go through the 5, and then we'll jump back in and I'll kind of unpack each of those. Rest, relax, replenish, review, and then refocus. Rest, relax, replenish, review, and then refocus. And I believe, again, if you put these 5 things into practice, I'm telling you, you will experience more fulfillment. You'll get more done in the next 5 to 6 days than you would without these 5 R's. Because what it does, and you've heard the old saying, they asked Abraham Lincoln, if you had 4 hours to chop the tree down, what would you do? And Abe Lincoln said, I'd spend the first 3 sharpening the axe. And if there's ever a time for us entrepreneurs that we need to be able to sharpen the axe, to rest, relax, replenish, review, and refocus, it's Sunday. It's a great opportunity to do that. So grab your pen, grab your paper. I want to jump right into it. Number 1, rest. You're like, dude, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't know how to rest. What does that mean, rest? It's funny, this year at our Create conference, I stood up in front of the whole room. There's several hundred people there. And I'm like, okay, this year, guys, I want to talk about these 46-10 moments that we're going to implement during our conference in between each of our core 5 areas: faith, health, relationships, business, and finances. And I asked this question. I said, how many of you guys love to be still? Crickets. There's no entrepreneur that loves to be still. Why? It's because God created us with that extra drive, with that extra motor. There's something on the inside of us that causes us to go 100 miles an hour. Literally, my friends make fun of me. When my alarm clock, I woke up this morning at 3 and some change. It wasn't even quite 3:30 yet. But when my alarm clock goes off and my feet hit the floor, 100 miles an hour. And my friends will laugh at me. I was actually with a friend last week having a conversation. I fell asleep on them in the middle of the conversation. It's about 9:15, 9:30. My friends are hilarious. I got another friend who lives here locally, and then my executive director who lives in Vegas. Then we're having a 3-way conversation. He's like, hey, dude, I'd love to go out Friday. I said, hey, why don't you come over? Man, I'll fire the green egg up. I'll cook us a steak. He goes, I can probably come over about 8:30 or 9. Joseph laughed at him. He said, 8:30 or 9, Ken will be in the bed already. And I was like, you ain't lying. Even on Friday night, like I'll be getting close and ready for bed. I try to take a shower and I try to be in the bed by about 8:15, 8:30. every night, especially during the week when I'm getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning. And so rest is the number one thing. And God gives us Sunday or Saturday, whatever your day off is. Now, don't get hung up on days of the week. It's really about the principle of the first. God, am I willing to give you my first? Am I willing to set aside my work? And am I willing to rest and trust you? Again, I go 100 miles an hour. Man, the moment my feet hit the ground till literally, and I can be having a conversation with you, and in 5 minutes, I'm asleep. Like, it's quick. It does not take long at all. So rest, number one, relax. What do you need to do to relax? Now, rest and relax, two totally different things. Now, you can relax while you're resting, but relaxing really has to do with your mind. Now, I don't know about you. My mind never slows down. Like, literally, once it gets going, like if I wake up in the middle of the night and have to go to the bathroom, and I have to force, don't look at your phone. Don't look at your phone. If I ever look at my phone, it's over, because my mind just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. So rest is number one. Relax is number two. What do you need to do to put yourself in position to be able to relax? Just like when you exhale or you do breath work. When I say relax, I mean peace. Like, what do you need to do to let your mind unwind? What do you need to do to relax at such a level that your whole physical body, your mind, your will, your emotions are just, for me, it's super easy. Some people like reading books. Some people like to go for a walk. I love the pool. Now, the pool is one great way for me to relax on Sunday. I love to go to the pool. I love getting sun. I tan pretty good. I love the sun. Another way for me, and I did this yesterday. I don't do this every Sunday. I'll try to at least do one. I think yesterday we watched 3 movies. Like, I just hit all 3 of my top 5 favorite movies. And you say, Ken, why movies? Because when I watch a movie, it shuts my brain down. I'm not thinking about all the stuff that I've got going on. Again, reference back to when I asked all the entrepreneurs at my Create conference, how many of you guys love to be still? Nobody raised their hand, because they're like, I don't know how to be still. I'm an entrepreneur. God, you put this dream and this vision on the inside of me. How do you expect me to be still? So rest your body, relax your mind. What do you need to do to relax your mind every single week? On Sunday, take time. I'm going to relax my mind today. Movie, book, pool, walk, whatever go fishing, whatever it is that relaxes your mind, try that. The third thing is replenish. Replenish your spirit or your heart. What does that look like? For me, I set a goal about 1.5 years to 2 years ago that if I'm in town, home, today it's Alpharetta, for the last 5 years it's been Birmingham. If I'm in Birmingham, I'm at Church of the Highlands. I'm not watching church online. I'm not checking it out on my phone. My butt is sitting in a seat at one of the services at one of the campuses. Same thing here. If I'm home and I'm in Alpharetta, in Atlanta basically, I'm at church. I'm either going to be at Free Chapel Alpharetta watching my good friend Jensen Franklin, or I'm going to be down at Live Church like I was yesterday with my good friend Pastor Mayo Sowell, who dropped bombs yesterday. I'm going to be there. Why? Because it's how I replenish my spirit. So what are the things that you need to do to replenish your heart? Maybe it's write a letter. Maybe it's have coffee with your partner or your spouse. Maybe it's as a matter of fact, Josh Porter, who's one of the guys, families, Josh and his wife Lauren are in my mastermind. Josh took one of his sons to Jackson Hole, Wyoming to trout fish. He's like, and this is one of the things that came out of our mastermind. He goes, I want to spend some one-on-one time with my children. And so he took his son to Jackson Hole, and he sends picture catching a big trout, just having a blast. Like, it replenished and filled his spirit. So what do you have to do to replenish? And it's going to look different for everybody. If you're a person of faith, and we have thousands of faith-based entrepreneurs who follow this podcast, thousands of faith-based entrepreneurs who are connected in our collective, connected at our Create conference that we do every year right here in Atlanta with friends like John Maxwell and Ed Milet and Brendan Bouchard and Gary Brecka and all the guys, right? But if you're a faith-based entrepreneur, how do you replenish your heart? Fourth thing, review. Every single day in my planner, you have 3 things to do in the morning, 3 things to do in the evening. Goals, gratitude, affirmations, top 3 every single morning. So goals, gratitude, affirmations, top 3 every single morning. Second half of the day, this is super important. Wins, where did I win? How can I get 1% better? Goals, the second time, you're like, Ken, why do you write goals down twice a day? If there's one thing that I learned from Grant Cardone, who's been unbelievably good to me over the past 4 years, if there's one thing that I learned from Uncle G, it was this. And I'll never forget when he said this. I write my goals down twice a day. So I may get it. Ken, how many days literally out of the year do you write your goals down twice a day? I would say I don't miss a couple days a month. So let's knock it down from 365 days. Let's knock it down to 300 times a year that I write my goals down twice a year. If I polled everybody listening to this podcast today and I said, how many times do you write your goals down throughout the year? One time a year? There'd be a lot of hands go up. Okay, everybody's hands raised. Everybody writes their goals down at the beginning of the year. And I've done this before in an audience with hundreds of people. How many of you guys write your goals down once a month? About half the room goes down. How many of you guys write your goals down more than once a month? Almost the rest of the hands go down. How many of you guys write your goals down at least twice a day, at least 300 times a year? Usually there's 1, maybe 2 people in the room. And I'll never forget when I heard Grant explain this the very first time. This is what he said. Pardon my language, because I'm quoting Uncle G. He said, if I write my goals down 300 times a year, twice a day, that's 600 times. And I do. In both of my businesses and in my personal life. I can tell you what my goals are just like that. For my real estate company, 1 person is a team lead, 12 personal deals, 15 FLQAs. For GSD, super easy. 75 people in our elite mastermind, 25 people a month added to our GSD collective, 500 people that create 12 create 1 days around the country. Personal goals, lose 106 pounds. I'm over 100 right now. Time with my girls, me, healed and whole. And then my code that I live by. I am aware of my thoughts, my language, which create my energy, my money, and my sexual desires. Like those are the things. So if I'm doing that 300 times, twice a day, I'm writing my goals down 600 times a year. And as Uncle G says, I'm going to kick your ass every single time. You are not going to outdo me because I am so laser focused on what I'm going after. So Ken, what does this have to do with review? You look back through your planner through the week and go, okay, where did I win? Where do I need to get 1% better? And in my top 3 every single day, did I move the needle in my top 3? That's review. You're going to review your week and go, how successful was I? And at the bottom of every single page, and this is actually a brand new planner, but at the bottom of every single page, I put in a scoreboard. There's literally a scoreboard at the bottom of every single. Listen, if you don't have this planner, I'm telling you to change your life. growstackdrive.com/planner. growstackdrive.com they're $30. It's 2 months. And there's a QR code in the very beginning where I walk through all of this stuff, how to lean on this planner. But there's a scoreboard right there. Every single day, you keep track of how you lived that day on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best. Ken Y scoreboard. How many of you guys have ever been to a T-ball game? Like everybody's been to a T-ball game, right? Like there's 30 kids on the field. Half of them are chasing butterflies, picking their nose, picking flowers in the ground. Little Johnny hits the ball. He takes off running into third base. The coach has to grab him and go, no, this way. So he points him towards first, and the coach is down there waving. The dad's waving. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, they're all going nuts, screaming. Energy's insane. And in 1 hour, everybody leaves and goes home. But no one knows who won. Why? Because we don't keep score. And that's exactly what most of our business lives are like. A lot of energy, a lot of fanfare, a lot of celebrating, a lot of, woo, come on, Johnny. We're cheering each other on. A lot of family, a lot of excitement. But at the end of the day in our business, we don't know if we've won because we don't keep score. You've got to keep score. I'm telling you, game changer. Review the week, keep score throughout the week. I think I've given myself like 6 10s I created this planner over 3 years ago. It's been 3 years. June was 3 years. It's been a little bit over 3 years. Are you keeping score every single day? And when you keep score every single day, what it does is it kicks in the principle that's actually watermarked in this page right here. Incremental, not monumental. Small, daily, disciplined decisions over time always equal monumental results. Let me say that one more time for you. Incremental, not monumental. Small, daily, disciplined decisions over time always, 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 always equal monumental results. Success cannot escape you when you do the right things every single day. And when you review your week on Sunday and you look back and go, okay, where did I win? How can I get better? And what did I score? How did I take care of Ken this week? How did I move the needle? The last one is refocus. So every Sunday night, I grab my planner and I go through and I write the date, Monday, I flip it over. I write the date, it's already in here, 8/6, Tuesday. I flip it over, 8/7, Wednesday. I flip it over and I go all the way through Saturday. I go on my Google Calendar and I use 4 color codes for my Google Calendar. Blue, green, yellow, red. Blue is my personal time. Anything that has to do with Ken becoming a better version of himself, it's blue. It's my quiet time in the morning, my time I spend in worship in the morning. It's my gym time. It's my therapy time. It's my podcast listening time, my Audible book listening time, like anything that has to do with me becoming a better version of myself. If I go get a massage, it's in there. It's blue in my calendar. Green, probably can guess already, is where I make money. You need focused time on your calendar for you to go after revenue. And that green better be the majority of what your time looks like throughout the day. So blue, green, yellow. Yellow is what I describe working in the business and not on the business. Working on the business, and not in the business. So yellow, work on the business, not in the business. Not the day-to-day, or as my friend Ron Luce used to call Friday's payroll, but working on the business. How are you improving your SOPs? How are you improving your systems? How are you improving your team? How are you improving what's going on in the guts of your company? How are you improving your culture? Are you having one-on-ones? Are you pouring into the people that work for you? So that's what that looks like there. So we're going to do that. So rest, relax, replenish, review, and then refocus. So everything throughout the week, I'm writing all of my calendar items that are already calendared, everything that's already scheduled, I'm writing them in there. Scheduling my gym time. I'm scheduling my quiet time, my worship time. If I have any time that I said the blue, green, yellow, red. Red is where I spend time with people that I love. So if I'm spending time with my daughters, it's going in there as red. If I'm happen to have a date, it's going in there as red. So that's what I do inside my planner every Sunday. That is the part of refocus. Refocus helps you every Sunday night get locked back into what am I going to do Monday through Saturday. And I know my good friend Ben Newman says Friday, distance and champions are created on Fridays. Listen, Saturday is not a day off. If you are like me and you're driven to impact people and help people and influence people and bring change into people's lives, 4 hours on a Saturday. Think about it this way. 4 hours on a Saturday, 4 Saturdays a month is 16 extra hours you get every single month. 2 extra work days. So if you're getting 2 extra work days per month times 12, that's 24 days more a year that I'm working than you are. That's an entire month out of an entire month more in my work and in my performance than my next competition is going to get. So rest, relax, replenish, review, and refocus. Those are Sunday's 5 R's. And guys, I promise you, if you do that and couple that with this GSD planner right here, it will, I tell you what, if you order a planner and you do it every day for 60 days and it doesn't change your life, you text me, I send you double your money back. Like, it's $30. I promise you, we don't make any money off the planners. I love hearing the stories of people who have organized their day. And then every night, Sunday night, and then every night through the week, before I go to bed, I pre-plan my day for the next day. So my entire calendar is full. I may leave myself a little space for some wiggle room, but my entire calendar is full. When your alarm clock goes off is not when your workday starts. Your workday better start the night before, because when you do and your feet hit the floor, and I've said it a million times, if you need an alarm clock to get out of bed, your goals are not big enough. And when you handle your day and you steward your time well, you watch how God breathes on your day and on your time. And you just don't go from addition to multiplication. You go and it becomes exponential. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on this episode of As the Leader Grows. I am your host, Ken Joslin. This is the 5 R's. This is the Grow Stat Drive planner that I created 3 years ago. It has changed hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs' lives. GrowStatDrive.com/planner. I'll see you next week on As the Leader Grows.